Hi, collective. I had another dream. I was in my house with my children. You could be in a Two of Cup, because I'm in a Two of Cup energy. I reached out to someone. I keep having a dream about Adiwali for 5 years. In real life, I was around him for 3 months. So because of these dreams keep coming up, even today, a man came to my house. It's like he wanted to attack me as soon as he barged his way through my home. Genevieve keeps sending these dark entities to me, and I stood here and defended myself. How does Genevieve know me? Through Adiwali. What's the interest in me? Because I sent over these constant download dreams about myself, about him, about the future, about the past. And that's what Genevieve and her goons have been after. But I've been trying so hard. The twin flame journey is bad enough. But when you add other people, things, and places that do dark forces, that play with voodoo, voodoo, doo-doo and all that, I feel insulted, and I'm trying to balance my emotions as much as I can. I try to keep that space open to create peace, especially with Adiwali, but he involved Genevieve. And I feel insulted because I just even got these cards yesterday. And it still came up with the same thing, Queen of Pentacles, Devil. So now my worry is not just for the collective or himself or whatever. If you're praying to bring balance into your life and you go to these Buddhist groups or you go to a church, how come someone that is religious in their practice had 2 to choose from and they went to the devil? Now, another thing, I see this person spiking this man's drink all the time. My next question is, right, not just for, I'm not giving Adiwali no excuses, all right, but he got spiked, so he's got 1 or 2 excuses, but I'm not enabling his full behavior. But what's the excuse for Genevieve's friends that are men and women that have been trying to attack me? Now, what's your excuse? So don't tell me she's been spiking everybody. I don't believe that one. I believe she's manipulative. She's very crafty because she has blocked intuition. She has blocked creativity. She's not a creative person. She's just a copycat. You know, even in reports, it says that, you know, John Batten, whatever his name is, said, oh, you know, I've been following her since a child. Even when she says nothing in a movie, nothing. Because she's got nothing to offer. Apart from lying, stealing and cheating and taking people's opportunities away. Fine, you want the man, take him, but why focus on me? Why cut your hair like me when your whole look for 46 years in your whole life, you've never had that look, cut, perm, look like me, makeup like me, everything like me? How did she know about me? Adiwali Kinwatabaji. And I stood here and defended myself by myself to make you all know all that voodoo stuff don't work for me. All that intimidation, only because I got more millions of fans than you. You're nothing. I'm around the right people, things, and places. Yeah, but you slept your way up, Genevieve Nadia. So keep sending your dark voodoo, boo-boo shit. It doesn't intimidate me. So now we're looking at partnerships, all right? Sorry, I have to do something. Hold on. Okay, so I don't force my values or my opinion on people. I just talk about my own experiences because we're all energy. We all go for the same things. So I'm encouraging people, don't waste that talent that you have if you dream at night. That means you have an important message for yourself. Don't be distracted, all right? It doesn't matter if it says, oh, you know, I've got too much darkness. Try and go through it. Because I hear this a lot from people. You know why? They're scared of the tarot, the real secret. And this is what everyone's hiding from, their authentic self. Because everyone lives behind a facade, most people, to bring in their pentacles or to bring in a love of convenience. A lot of people don't want to use the tarot or look at the tarot, for some people, or don't want to go into spirituality properly. Why? Because you see your true self. It's not something you can learn. You're learning from your authentic self. So I believe Genevieve's purpose in life was to destroy godly values, all right, and principles. That's her purpose. She knows this. She knows this. She's been learning my method for about 5 years now through Adiwali. So she can lie. She saw her true self. She's the devil. But that devil is not going to climb on my back, because she's laying on her back to keep Adiwali between her legs, because she needs to be this influencer, because she can't do it by herself, because she made it all up. All right? She's been using every single person, because behind everyone's back, she's been lying, stealing, cheating, doing her voodoo madness. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so we're looking at the energy of the Two of Cups. We're looking at God's Two of Cups. You know, by now, I've been following my page long enough. This King of Swords is my God card. All right? We're looking at the energy of the Two of Cups. Okay, we're looking at into me, I feel. There's a Two of Cups. Someone's very spiritual. All right, somebody probably wants to come into your community, but you probably met someone on a high road, maybe briefly, but you feel this connection to someone. Okay, because into me, I feel that someone's in the Cancer energy. All right, you could be a Cancer person, but you could just be in that energy of knowing that you've got the right partner. You feel like there's a right partnership, maybe for some of you. All right. Or for some, okay, you're looking at your emotional within your home, and you're seeing if you can nurture the cup of life, which is the cup of love, which is your holy grail, which is you. So you can make breakthroughs and not pretend you're making breakthroughs, because you're doing the invention of Anna on Netflix. Do you understand? I've got to be learning from everybody to pretend to keep my mask on, because I'm not nurturing. I'm not very emotional. So somebody wanted to put a Two of Cups, God's Two of Cups, to an end. That was their wish. All right. So now someone's doing a transformation, okay? Because someone had a wish, okay? And there was manifesting through manipulation. So that was sticking out, all right? For manipulation. Maybe a Cancer, Scorpio person. Because now we're looking at transformation. Every ending has a new beginning. Even if you feel it was in a partnership or a soul connection. Remember, every ending has a new beginning. Because the secret was they wanted to put a nail in the coffin of a Two of Cups. And this is going to be very disbelief for many, because many people follow. All right? Because there's an experiment going around. You can make someone bring an illusion, and all it takes is for one person to do it. Like, for instance, if you're in the room, and every time the beat goes on, you stand up and you sit down within seconds. If you went into a room for an audition and you didn't know what the procedure was, and you heard the beep, people stood up, sat down, and you're looking, it does it again, people hear the beep, they stand up, they sit down. And when you see this a few times, what you're going to do, you're going to start following society. Why? Because you're not following your own fucking intuition or your own instincts or your own psychic gifts. You're busy following the manipulation of society's kind of like, oh, social practice. You know, it's like we're doing a social experiment for sociology. Okay, how do you think we get imprints of for business structures? You know, like customer influence. All right, I can't remember the real structure for that one, but it's about consumer interaction, intention, consumer intentions. So you've got to study. So this is what these people have been doing, is studying, but using it to end godly partnerships. Why? Because it comes with good resources, especially if you don't understand your own self. Because someone is an alchemist, all right? And someone's seeing this manipulation, okay? Because what's above is below, all right? Because someone's focused on their creativity. They're turning their visions into reality. Why? Because the soul is born to love. The soul is born to inspire. The soul will allow you to take action. all right? Especially self-actualization to bring your ships to come in, okay? So every ending has a new beginning. Someone's been looking, all right, for their ships to come in. But it's like they're looking at an ending. That's their wish fulfillment, all right? Because now we're looking at, again, the magician. We're looking at being handed. Why do you think God built us with a soul? It's for us to create heaven on earth. So when you start taking people's things through manipulation, that's karmic debt. Because you're taking away God's purpose, God's goal. It's not just my goal. It's not just the goal for the community. It's actually for God, if you believe in God. And if you don't, it don't matter. Because guess what? I've seen God come out the sky in my dream many, 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 many times. I keep hearing God is coming. So whether you believe in God or not, how you want to bring in your stability, how you want to bring in your shit to come in, that's your faith, that's your insight, that's your action, that's your intentions. It's all down to you. Do you understand? So someone's ending. Someone tried to end someone's actions, intentions, and energy to go towards the Two of Cups. So they're looking at an ending for a project. It was for a project. We could be looking at Aries person. All right. So we're looking at the actions of someone and their ambition. They were exploring. All right. Because they want to be leaders, creative leaders. All right. So someone went extroverted because somebody was in a competition. But people think people are stupid. They thought someone was naive, but they are naive. Do you understand why? Because they're not self-assured. If they were, they wouldn't be doing quick-tempered pride things. So this is the pride before the fall. Because someone's very impatient when it comes to ambition, when it comes to being that leader, that creative leader. Somebody wants to be a realistic leader, or individualistic leader. But when you're trying to create endings for partnerships, how far do you think your ships are coming, you piece of shit? Sorry, I like to rhyme, man. Yeah, that's why you got to pay attention. Why? Because someone's purposely creating confusions and illusions through someone's options. Someone doesn't want to see someone's options. Why? Because they don't trust themselves. So end your Two of Cups. It don't matter. Because remember, there's two. If you end the Two of Cups, there's still one that belongs to you. There's still one that belongs to you. And this is where we go back to self. Everything starts from self first. Everything. So what's your energy? What's your intention? What's your actions? To make sure that you pay attention to your dreams and not pay attention to distractions. And then you balance it with things outside of yourself. Because tarot was the beginning of letters and numbers. Do you understand why? Because everything comes from images. When you wake up in the morning, what do you see? Images. Do you understand? So we've got tarot everywhere. So you don't have to rely on my tarot. Rely on your images you see around you. All right? Because someone's getting messages from the soul of the self when it comes to energy. Somebody probably lives near water maybe, or near palm trees. Take it as it resonates. But someone's looking at leadership when it comes to business. Maybe someone's in trading. Maybe in material as well. Drapes. You can also be someone that's an artist, because you're looking for your ships to come through, but somebody's watching someone's actions and intentions, because the action is to end someone's happily ever after. That's the intentions, okay? But use your intuition, because remember, it doesn't matter what the pirate's intentions are. Because we're going back to our original self without the sat-navs and without GPS. Use your intuition. Your answers will help you through the pirates that's coming through the ships. Or maybe you're doing trading from country to country or nation to nation. Or you're just watching someone's actions from abroad maybe. Or at a distance. Or you're just waiting, watching, looking at someone's actions. Okay? Yeah, because you're looking at someone's project, all right? Maybe that's bringing you stability, happiness. Because we're looking at family, we're looking at friends. We're looking at being on the safe shore of life, okay? That always makes your feelings feel assured, because while you're in balance, the rainbow is in you, okay? There's no jackpot. Don't let the lottery spin you out of control. All right, because the lottery is in you. Find that lottery number in you, okay? All right, because Because use your emotions. That could be someone King of Cups. He's looking at Two of Cups, hoping to end. So he's looking at the action, intentions, and energy to end someone's happiness, happily ever after. Because they're looking for a project, all right? So now we're looking at the feelings, maybe of a Cancer person. Into me, I feel there's Two of Cups, okay? Because every ending has a new beginning. Because I'm waiting for my ships to come through for my happily ever after, all right? But unfortunately, when it comes to the Two of Cups energy, when it comes to the foundation, there was a lot of darkness. But after the dark, there's light. Do you understand? Because why? The truth always brings you clarity, the light. So now someone sees there's a light at the end of the tunnel. All they got to do is come to peace, all right, with their past, learn. Could be a Gemini person, where the ending of a Two of Cups. But come to peace with that, my darling, all right? It could be a friend, someone you're familiar with, or a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. And everybody wants to be a friend. What? Because you know me. Or no, you don't even know me. You know of me. I'm trying to teach my children that. Everyone's their bloody friend. No, they know of you. They're not your friend, all right? Okay, they know of you. Okay, and this is where I think we get too muddled up in friendships. We don't put them in brackets like that sometimes. Because now we're looking at, maybe we're looking at coming to peace with a situation, and we're seeking God within ourselves to do transformation, all right? Or maybe you're thinking about Gemini, masculine, coming to an end, okay? Because every end has a new beginning. Maybe he's watching an Aries person, a masculine behind his back. Or you got God watching behind your back. It's like the theatre, isn't it? Loads of madness can happen behind the scenes, all right? But while you're sitting there waiting for the curtains to open, it's all calm. You got the music, la 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 la. But behind the scene, it's echoes, it's madness, you know, for the curtains to be open. So someone's working, maybe with a Virgo person, maybe looking for that shit to come in. But we're looking at partnership, looking at teamwork, looking at collaborations, okay? Looking at illuminating the mind. You could be into trading, okay? But someone feels like they've been backstabbed. Because into me, I think, okay, I need to be more changeable, especially my manager. So there seems to be energy of conning and gossip within the ear. People like to talk about, oh, don't gossip, darling, but they're the biggest gossiper. All right. So now we're looking at someone's intellect. All right. Maybe this King of Cups, King of Swords. Maybe he felt quite lively at some point, very talkative. He felt very clever and articulate. All right. But maybe he became very curious when it came to an Aries masculine. Okay, you could be a journalist or a salesperson or a teacher or someone that has lots of different languages, all right? But we're looking at a masculine that thought, okay, I can be more flexible, maybe behind an Aries person. So I'm looking at communication, curiousness. We're looking at maybe conning, gossiping, and maybe someone feeling very nervous, all right? Because every action, intentions, okay, from your energy always catches up with one person, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So we understand an Aries person or a Leo person is where a Queen of Pentacles that was wishing for a Two of Cups to come to an end, all right? Because she didn't want to feel left out in the cold. Why? Because she doesn't have no creative ideas. She never had. She never will, all right? So now we're looking at someone faking their influential position. Okay, now someone feels they have to tame the beast, an Aries person, because it looks like he wants to go towards this Gemini masculine person. All right, we've got to tame that beast. Do you understand? Because you have got your lions, all right, taking care of you. Just use your intuition. Can you see your lions taming? So you don't go towards this Gemini masculine that's creating endings. Maybe he looked at someone's trading. He's a traitor. He wants to end someone's happily ever after. Maybe a Leo person or Aries person. Into me, I know, because into me, I feel an inner strength to tame the beast within myself, the balance in the masculine feminine energy, so I don't go tearing off people's head. All right? Because you can see there's a few bones in front of this man already. Maybe he's a bone collector. He likes to do lots of endings, you see. He's got a lot of dirty secrets in that cupboard. Oh, yeah, maybe he acts all strong and intellectual. Oh, look at me. I'm a leader. Whatever. Whatever, Gemini. So now we're looking at maybe Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person watching these people's trading. Oh, yeah. And I said, oh, yeah, okay. I have to tame that beast within myself. I understand you guys are connected to a Queen of Pentacles. That is a fucking burden. Maybe an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person feels this burden going towards a happily ever after. Because you can't fake a 10 of Cups. You can fake a 10 of Pentacles. So someone needs to plant all over again. Why? Because they feel a burden. Maybe they feel help from the inner strength, okay, to carry this burden within yourself, but don't take on anyone else's burden. It looks like someone was building, maybe like a manufacturing, like factories, cities. Someone had an idea maybe to add something to their city or their culture or their village, you know. It was a wish fulfillment to bring happiness for the community. Maybe someone was building an estate, all right? But we're looking at a burden. Why? Because behind the back of a Leo Sagittarius person, there seems to be a few people doing a lot of tricks with a Queen of Pentacles, okay? So now we understand there's a burden, all right? Because people don't believe in God. Do you understand? So this is why they lie, steal, and chill. Because if you did believe in God, you wouldn't be lying, stealing, cheating, would you? Because that means you're saying God's a cheater. God's a liar. God's wicked, isn't it? That's what you're saying. Because you're saying, God bless God, because you gave me a house. You gave me opportunities. It all came from God. So what are you trying to say? God's a liar. God's thieves. Okay, then. So now there's a burden for someone, okay? So someone's holding back, okay? You could be a Sagittarius person. You went to seek your own happiness. Maybe you're walking away. Maybe you're looking at a lawyer right now, okay? But maybe you're walking away from maybe someone's philosophy. When it comes to philosophy, it kind of like is clashing. It's bringing a burden to the soul. Someone's being very outspoken because someone was exaggerating, being very irresponsible, okay? And now it's become a burden. Why? Because someone's very outspoken. Someone's being very realistic towards someone's illusions, all right? So now we see a backstab. Go find God, people. Go find God. God is in you. You don't have to believe no one if God is real or not. Just correct your flaws and find God in you. Because there seems to be a conflict with a Gemini person or it's a conflict with the truth. They're relying on this conflict and this backstab with a Two of Cups. They was lying on an ending of a Two of Cups. All right? But God got in the way and said, whatever, people. All right? Look at God, these Two of Cups. Do you understand? Come from the soul of the self. It comes from self-love. Now, there seems to be a situation where maybe a group of people got involved. It may be someone building. So now there seems to be layers of a hay or needles in a haystack, and that's what they're looking for. Needles in a haystack in a barn. All right, because remember the Moors came in and said animals, all right, shouldn't sleep in a barn because people used to live in a barn. These people are animals living in a barn. They like to keep their door open because my mom used to say, what, you live in a barn, you're not gonna shut the door? Exactly, they live in a barn. This is why they like to create backstabbing. They like to use their lips to sink ships. They like to bring conflicts. And now there seems to be a conflict with a masculine person, a King of Swords maybe, and a Leo person, or he has an inner conflict. Why? Because he got involved to stab a Two of Cups, God's Two of Cups, to bring to an end. All right. So maybe he has this insight about a Leo person when it comes to juggling or trying to balance in a circus full of clowns. All right. So now we see a circus full of clowns while someone trying to bring balance in. Why? Because they're just a freak show. They're just a bunch of freak shows. Because now we understand someone's in a circus acting like a clown. This is why they're bringing bad thoughts, bad advice, backstabbing. They're bringing conflict, rivalry, challenges, you know, obstacles. Because they're not listening to one another. They just think, no, I'm the one. I am the one. No, God is the fucking one. Do you understand? So when you create yourself as an idol or you want to be idolized, you've already finished your game of life. Done. Finito. Useless. Not everyone's a rival. Why are you looking at life as a challenge? Obstacles. They bring it on purpose. On purpose. Lying, stealing, cheating, acting like a friend and trying to run away with it. It could be a masculine, Gemini, crazy person now has inner conflict. Why? Bad advice, conning, gossiping, doing the most. Doing the most. So now we have a conflict because they're pure rivals and challenges, all right? Maybe for a Leo Sagittarius person, okay? Because now looking at the truth. All right, maybe a King of Swords looking at the truth. It could be a financial advisor. Okay, it could be a private detective. We're looking at discernment. Okay, we're looking at being logical. All right, but now we understand there's a Gemini person on the floor looking at rock bottom. All right, someone's getting up and seeing God. A Leo person's got to tame that beast. All right, because now this Gemini person is on the floor and he'll be staying there. All right, and he will be looking at his own sad self. All right, because someone is looking at the manifestation through God. Do you understand? It gives you that self-respect, that inner strength, all right? When you walk in love, you talk in truth, and you correct your flaws. What's above is below. So now someone's looking at maybe replanting, okay, a new maybe area when it comes to estates, or I reckon it's a real estate. It looks like a farm, agricultural farm, and all of that. Now, all those beautiful flowers is going to manifest now. Why? Because someone is trusting in God, ending a conflict, ending backstabbing, looking at how they can use their intuition to bring them strength, happily ever after. But in the meantime, it's going to be a bit of a burden, because walking away from people, things, and places, they're not going to be happy. Even if they don't like you, they just don't want you to be happy. They just don't want this person. Maybe it's a Leo person, just don't want people to be happy. And it is what it is. You've got happy haters, isn't it? So somebody was looking after happy haters, gave them maybe employment, gave them opportunities, maybe helped them with their burdens. But you helped your enemy cut through wood. Do you understand why? Because they needed your information, okay? And they needed your intellect. Why? Because they don't have it themselves. So they masquerade as a friend. Oh, look at us, we're happy. No, you're not. It's a burden. Your happiness is a burden. It's a conflict. It's a lie. It's a lie. So now we're seeing the lioness, the empress, okay? Maybe trying to help this Leo with his burden when it comes to success, but this empress is going for success. Why? Because she's focused on her own self-love, okay? You understand, a Leo person made it end into a 2 of Cups and went for a Taurus Libra person, which is a burden because she's not the real empress. She's trying to be me. And it's an insult. It's an insult, man. What? Because she's in a situation before me. That's madness. How can you be connected to someone for 5 years telepathically and you're still laying down with the devil, Genevieve, Nadia? You're not making no sense, my friend. Because now they're watching the Queen of Swords plant her foundation. Planting her foundation. So now we're looking at someone planting their foundation, Queen of Swords. She's very balanced. And she's just watching a bunch of clowns treating Earth like a circus. Bringing in purpose struggles, purpose obstacles, purpose everything. Why? Because they want to be influencers. They want to be known as the creative one, the one that made that breakthrough. All right, you've been there since 8 years old. Where's your breakthrough, man? It's like my situation with this karmic. Oh, I could have went to Hollywood ages ago, darling. Yeah, we saw you in 1900 with Albus Eyebrow. He was very young then. What happened then, bitch? Listen to these people, what they say. They don't make no damn sense. All right? So I'm looking at a 2 of Cups. Okay, we're looking at twin flame reunions. All right? We're looking at soulmates. We're looking at partnerships, relationships. God's 2 of Cups came to an end. Somebody went unalivement. All right? But we're watching this. We understand this. Someone's probably been working on this backstage for about 10 years, 20 years. You name it. You know, take it as it resonates. But someone was stalking. An air sign person was stalking another air sign person, maybe, or a Cancer person was stalking an air sign person for intellectual property. They were stealing because they were backstabbing a 2 of Cups. They wanted it to come to an end, but come to peace with it. All right, but they're still stalking the female, a Queen of Swords, and she said, "Come, I know you bring delays, obstacles. Okay, all right. I know you're trying to act like, you know, I'm the target." Okay, because you tried to act like I was the weasel in the garden. You know when oh, what's it called, that thing? Oh, scarecrow. Oh, they're trying to act like the scarecrow, darling. But you don't scare me, my darling. Because remember, scarecrows are there to keep the birds away, right? And metaphorically, scarecrows is about messages. I mean, birds are about messages, isn't it? So someone trying to act like a scarecrow because somebody wants someone's messages, and it doesn't work. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person coming to an end. And now we're looking at manipulation, trickery coming to an end. You know? We're looking at someone manifesting to come in for a romantic suggestion. Maybe they've been waiting. Maybe they've been taming that beast. You know? But the Queen of Swords, she's looking at this delay. Obstacles, you know? Maybe someone had divided loyalty. Maybe a Gemini masculine. Still got his fucking self involved. Like he knows people. Why? Because he's fucking Genevieve Nadia, probably. Everybody wants to, I guess. But that pussy is very open and very free. Why would every man want to fuck it otherwise? There you go. Very flirtatious person. So now we're looking at someone's watching the Queen of Swords, the Empress, the Lioness. A Taurus person, because they're waiting for their ships to come in for an investment. Oh yeah, we did. They're trying to hide intellectual properties. They're trying to hide it. They're trying to act like they didn't do anything. But they did. It's going to be seen out in the open. Someone's focused on someone's investment. All right. Someone's looking at someone's values, their feelings, their self-worth. Someone's looking, all right, at someone's social prestige. Someone thought because they're in a situation, they were very privileged because of their culture. But they thought they'd do their background culture. But this person's very possessive when it comes to security earnings, all right? They don't have that real ability to bring in that security earnings because that person's not an influencer. No, they're not. So now you're looking at the Queen of Swords, the Empress. They're looking at this Leo person with a Taurus or Libra person. And they're saying, you stay there, baby, because guess what? It's still not going to interrupt my happiness. Someone's heartbroken anyway. Someone's heartbroken within their community, maybe friends, family, having a conflict about this burden, all right? There's a burden with someone's community or someone's home or at when it comes to events. Someone keeps bringing the darkness, you know, when it comes to information, okay? Because someone's very curious. Someone's stalking, someone's spying to bring a painful ending to a Two of Cups, maybe a King of Swords, Gemini masculine, because he's manifesting for creative ideas that he cannot do for himself. So now God's watching. And God is laying the Queen of Swords table in front of all her enemies. Oh, yeah. Shouldn't even read the Bible. And I bet many of you do. Karmics, they know this shit. They know that saying. But they still do what they want. Yeah, that's what they say. It. We can do what we want. Oh, yes. The Queen of Swords took that leap of faith. No baggage, no expectation. Because she's very balanced. She's very balanced when it comes to the King and Queen of Swords within oneself. She's managed to always maintain, okay, the balance of the masculine and feminine energy within oneself, all right? Maybe someone was calling the counterpart, okay? Maybe it's a counterpart of this person, okay? Could be a Leo person, or it could be a King of Swords, I guess it resonates. But we're looking at balancing. Somebody was balancing, all right? But when something comes with a painful ending, just get up, all right? Because you understand the painful ending came from a bunch of people treating the world or treating God's knowledge like they're a bunch of clowns in a circus. So while they were doing this, stalking, spying, all right, maybe somebody came to your area when there's lots of festive things going around so they can spy on you more. So they've been watching you balance. You could be living near a market maybe, all right? So they've been easier for them to spy because you live in a very quite crowded place maybe for some of you, all right? Because now maybe someone's looking at their shelter. They understand that they have been backstabbed, all right? But you're very balanced because you understand these people's thoughts of manipulation and tricks. So they're misusing God's intellectual property, all right? Because now I'm looking at someone's pathway. Someone keeps watching this Queen of Swords within a community, all right? It's going to become their burden. It's only so long you can do this for. Why? Because you thought they should be burnt out by now. No, my darling. No, she's going for rewards, recognition. She's too strong. Her inner strength is way too strong for you. Look, why? Because she is the Empress. So now we're looking at maybe behind this person, maybe a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius masculine, all right? Or maybe an Aries masculine, okay? Or you could be looking at a Cancer masculine. All right, maybe there is a situation with an Aries person or a Leo person looking at a pathway, got to tame that beast. All right, within oneself. Because someone's looking at endings, but every ending has a new beginning. Because now we're looking at a situation. Someone's heartbroken. Because someone brings stagnation, obstacles, delays. But remember what I always say. Don't block your heart. Use your intuition. Because it seems to be you need to manage your emotions. It seems to be a burden. Especially when you know there's hidden feelings. Why? Because you've got that gift. You're very gifted. Some of you, when it comes to tarot, right? You're very gifted when it comes to intuition or your psychic gifts. Don't be distracted. Don't add people's burdens to yourself, all right? Someone's got a very clear conscience, okay? And someone's walking away from the Empress or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person. Seems to be a burden in someone's home, in someone's society, when it comes to planting a foundation. Someone's very codependent, very smothery, all right? They have a very tendency to really rely on people too much. But we're looking at a decision, okay, when it comes to a Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's destiny or purpose is a burden for them, okay, when it comes to planting their foundation. Maybe they're looking at the situation, needs to walk away from a karmic cycle. Because somebody was trying to do destiny swapping. all right, within their community. So now we understand someone's intentions, actions, and energy. Somebody probably wants to walk away. Maybe they saw another person. Look at that. Someone's trying to be the empress. You can't, when it comes to spirituality, it's not about learning to be the hierarchy. Oh, I just want to be the empress because the empress is the highest thing, even though you've all been talking about kings and queens for the last 50,000 years, all right? Just because a Queen of Swords comes on and says, oh yeah, I'm the empress, suddenly everybody's the empress now. Go and park yourself where you need to be, okay? Because now we're looking at destiny swapping. All right, someone created obstacles and delays because they were learning from this Queen of Swords. Why? Because they want to be the Empress energy. But you cannot learn to be an Empress energy. When it comes to spirituality, right? When it comes to correcting your flaws, you're seeking your authentic self. So back in your lifetime, you may not even be that hierarchy. You might have been a peasant, baby. All right? Like a tourist person. Like in my case, Genevieve Nadja is a peasant. She's a high-class prostitute with no sense. No, she hasn't got no common sense. No, she hasn't. I can tell you one thing, she did not do that degree by herself. I put money on that. So now there's a conflict when it comes to someone's destiny. So this seems to be a turning point when it comes to planting someone's foundation after delays, after obstacles, all right? So this conflict seems to be coming to an end. They will be in their own conflict while someone's outside watching them, thinking, I know you tried to bring me into this conflict because I'm your rival. I'm your obstacle. You think I'm your obstacle. How can I be your obstacle? So my demise is your success. How does that make sense? This means that you're just stupid, Taurus. You just want this money. Now there's a conflict with a Leo person about money, about balancing, about juggling. And you know what? It serves a Leo right. It's my situation. Serves you right, man. 5 years enough. He ignored me, and every single deck says the Queen of Pentacles, Genevieve Nadja, is the fucking devil. And all now, I could text him right now from all of you on his emails. Would he get back to me? No. No. But let me be, all right, Asian or white with a big pillar house saying I talk to God all the time. All you motherfucking hypocritical cunts will be at my door already. Hypocritical cunts, man. Now there's a conflict about God's 2 o'clock. Because they don't believe in God. I have to be white. So now we're looking at Africans. You are a disgrace, some of you. Most of you, I should say. A fucking disgrace. Because you are the first to talk about, oh, God bless. I come to Jesus. I repent in the name of Jesus. Come to my church. Come and bury yourself in the bosoms of my love. No, don't go to them people. You should look at Genevieve's fucking thing. All her stuff she says is a bunch of lies. Imagine hating someone you don't know. This is how twisted these karmics are. Because it's a loving person, a Queen of Swords, going for recognition now. And then there's a conflict. Why? Because the third party person was busy backstabbing. You could be dealing with a Gemini person. You could be the Queen of Wands. I mean, Queen of Cups. There's a conflict, maybe with a Sagittarius person, a Leo person. You know, it's all about, I want to be that influencer, but you've got nothing to influence. Nothing apart from made up words. Learn from everybody else. The invention of Anna, you know. So now you're looking at a situation. There's a conflict now. There's a burden now. Why? Because you're on the outside watching these people. It's not bothering me because I know I'm going to get my money back. Regardless what Genevieve does. I'm going to get my money regardless. Why? Because I'm going to bring this book out about her. Regardless she likes it or not. She can pay me £1 billion today. Nope, don't want it. Don't want it. Even if that book made me £5, as long as everybody read it and understood who the fuck you are. Don't play with me, little girl. You play with the wrong pathway, my friend. Now looking at manipulation, trickery, but we're doing manifestation the right way, my love, all right? There seems to be obstacles in your life, all right? But no, come to peace with it, okay, Queen of Swords, okay? Because now we're looking at what's out in the open. King Cups on your pathway. Maybe he's falling in love with you. You're his wish fulfillment. So he brings stagnation, and that's his judgment. But you're walking away, man. Aquarius person, bringing your mind to calmer waters, man, because people just don't know themselves, man. How can you have a sweetheart, chat about it so much, so you want everybody, man, woman, puss, and dog, want it but you? Now you got people obsessing over it. No, where's your protection? Oh, let's go and protect the devil. Genevieve Nadja. Let's go and protect Genevieve Nadja. Why? Because she's got 20 million followers. Because we're clout fucking chasing. Because we can't afford a clout. You understand? to make sure the pum ain't like out there like some high-class prostitute. Oh yeah, Genevieve's a high-class prostitute, man. Oh, darlings, I was hurt 20 years ago, and now my heart is healed, ready for love. Don't make that idiot fucking fool you. That pussy's everywhere. 2 of Cups. Someone's spying on a 2 of Cups. God's 2 of Cups. Spying, lying, cheating, intimidation, you name it. It's so boring now. It's a burden for them, not for me though. Or for divine energy. These karmics don't have no behaviour. So when you're out there saying I got a soulmate, people say, no you're not, no you're lying. Stand your grounds, man. And let the soulmate stay outside, boy. Because if they can identify that you got a problem, like with myself, and I haven't done nothing wrong to Adiwali, ask Adiwali now as well. What did Verena do to you? When you asked her to do certain things, did she do it? Yes. Okay, so what did you do for her? Away from an African meal, all right? Okay. And what else did we do? Oh yeah, fucking hotel. What's your excuse when you're running around Genevieve Nadia and doing the most? All right, we'll say nothing, man. You little spies. We're looking at Queen of Swords' purpose, so they're spying on the Queen of Swords' purpose. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a calling. All right? But they tried to put it into an iceberg like she's stupid. Because they don't believe in God, innit? Because they didn't find their own purpose. Okay? So I taught them how to find their purpose. They found it, so they're lying because they know they're the devil. They know they're the devil, man. That's their fucking purpose. So now someone's got a burden. Why? Because they've been controlled through someone's resources. Someone's very possessive about someone's resources. So it's a burden maybe for a Sagittarius person or for the Emperor. For the Emperor to go forward to the Empress. Why? Because he brought a burden. Because he went to a third-party person. So now we're looking at maybe there's a burden for a Sagittarius person on their pathway. So maybe this King of Cups and this King of Swords is looking at this burden. So they're looking at someone's happily ever after. They're looking at stagnations, all right? They're looking at a situation where there's maybe a Taurus Libra person. They want to end the movements of the Empress. All right? So they're playing on the car. They tried to block. But someone's thinking about this stagnation, this obstacle. It's coming to a turning point when it comes to someone's community. Someone's probably driving towards someone's community, maybe. All right? Because there seems to be an ending with the Empress. So someone's worried. A Gemini masculine, probably worried about his community. How it looks when it comes to his reputation. So now we're looking at a burden when it comes to a turning point. Now they're in the darkness. They wanted that for the Empress. They wanted them stuck in a coffin. Because they were looking at juggling. Because they're clowns in a circus. So now they're doing backstabbing. Okay? We're looking at a situation where there's a pathway. This King of Swords looking at backstabbing. And he was involved as well. Directly or indirectly. Doesn't really matter. Alright? Because everybody was against. Anyone that's been against the 2 of Cups, you're going to go for a very bad cycle in life. And don't blame God. Blame your fucking self. So now we're looking at maybe somebody wants to come in and balance with the Empress. Or we have the situation where a Taurus Libra person or a Sagittarius person, they've been backstabbing the Empress. Alright, a Taurus, Sagittarius, Gemini, Cancer, backstabbing, bringing burdens on their pathway because they don't believe in God, they don't work with God. But the Empress is the divine feminine, a Queen of Swords. She works with God. So now maybe this masculine King of Cups, maybe someone's looking at a burden with a Sagittarius person, and he's looking at working maybe on his own truth. Because now we're looking at manipulation. That's maybe coming to an end. Because someone's ending someone's movements. They bring stagnation to someone's movements. But you can't stop a soul having a human experience. So these are people that are chickens. So they've been chickens, man. They've been planting like little, what do you call them, chickpeas in the way. Trying to make you take the bait. But it weren't working. It's their debate. It's their bait. Why? Because they're clout chasing. So now someone's worried. Someone's up at night about someone's movements being a soul having a human experience. Because now their venture ends. Their venture ends. Playing games like children. Playing games like fucking children. Because why? They were looking at someone's world, or they're looking at Queen of Swords on the internet while she works. Why? Because a third party person or this Queen of Swords looking at party celebrations, man, after this delay. Why? Because they got these memories. They understood what these people did. They were clout chasing. And now she's going to be celebrating with her community when it comes to creative ideas. So now someone's worried about the situation now. Why? A King of Cups and a Gemini masculine is very fucking frustrated now. They may not show it, but trust me, they are. Because they're up at night worried. They've got in a nightmare. Why? Because they could be looking at a legal matter on earth, or especially in the spiritual world. Because God came down and gave us ideas to plant for our emotions, so we can plant bridges. All right, because diversity is the power. But these people don't want to plant, they want to take, because God wanted a temple. So because they heard this and they thought it was a joke, they started doing all the madness. You see, the higher your purpose is the bigger the struggle. I'm realizing that as well. I'm realizing that, man. The bigger your purpose, man, it's going to be the bigger the fucking struggle. And now they look at their own struggle now with a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is worried now. Queen of Wands is worried about this turning point. It's a burden for her, because she's thinking about Gemini person. She's thinking about her community. She's thinking about her own happily ever after. But how can a happily ever after come from purpose, stress, anxiety on purpose? Because you're projecting onto someone else. Do you understand? Because why? Because this Queen of Wands looks like she's in worries about an adventure. Because it started off on promiscuity. And she's looking at maybe a Gemini masculine moving to calmer waters. But there seems to be a problem with this Gemini and this Queen of Wands. They're going for a turning point, man. It's a burden, it's a stress. Someone's up at night. I think she knows something. And she doesn't want to say, she doesn't want to ruin her position. But your position is shit, though. What? Because you can go online and say, look at me, I'm on a boat. It came from deception and lying. And now the truth is out, Queen of Wands, about this King of Swords. And now you're having a fucking breakdown. Why? Every ending has to come for an ending, man. You're upset about your ending. Maybe with Gemini masculine is a lying, stealing rat bag with you. A pushy, demanding, overbearing, jealous woman. You know? That only looks for promiscuity to get her job done. So that you can go online and say, look at me on Instagram. I got 2.5 million people. I am the one to follow. No, your pussy's the one to follow. Why? Because you're the fucking devil. With a Capricorn Taurus person, maybe. Take it as it resonates. So now someone feels being reliable to maybe a Taurus person or a Libra person is a fucking burden. So now this King of Cups is maybe looking at a pathway when it comes to working on a burden. Maybe what's one ending of this movement. Why? Every ending has a new beginning. Every ending has a new beginning. Why? They're having a fight with the devil. You're going to have to fight with the devil by yourself. And it's a secret. They were deceptive. Very deceptive. You're going for a turning point. What? A tower moment. All for fame and recognition. Imagine that. If you're not famous, you want to be famous, trust me, you got to go with some correct fucking flaws, man. I'm telling you, this is God's home. And today's stars ain't going to be tomorrow's stars, man. Because you lot done this starting different, man. It's different. If you're that much of an influencer, how come people ain't saying, oh, I'm more intuitive, I know my purpose? Exactly. These people are not influencers. They're only good at acting, and that's it. All right? For some of you. So now we're looking at a situation. Okay, they're not even good at fucking acting. Look, they got caught out on a lie already. How can you be good at acting? That means acting is not for you. And as well, I say I'm a drawer. I want to be in a museum. Now you've got Genevieve Nudger showing her art. When did you start doing art, my friend? You wasn't out in public doing it with your baby drawing. Hey, don't. I would rip Genevieve to half and up because she came and said, please don't drag me in public. I said, it's not you, baby. You stole, not me. You're dragging yourself in public, my friend. I don't care what your opinion is. I told you already, I'm not here to save your money or your name, my friend. So someone's looking for a wish fulfillment and it's a burden. It's a burden. A King of Cups wish fulfillment is a burden. Why? Because he wanted a painful ending, him and a Gemini masculine. Or he was going to even stab up a Gemini masculine after. So they all didn't even like each other. I think there's a group, there's 3 of them, all right? There's 2 men, maybe a water sign and a air sign masculine working with this Taurus or Libra person or with this Queen of Wands. They don't even like each other. So in the end, after they got this project, guess what we're going to do? They're going to be stabbing each other in the back anyway. It's just clout chasers. It's just clout chasers just stabbing each other in the back. They're just clout chasers. It's so sad, man. Imagine you put so much rapport in the friendships. You think, yeah, come to my house. That's my friend. This time they don't even like each other. It's about clout chasing. That's all it is. If you're in an important position, they feel like, yeah, you can get us somewhere. But how did that person get to that important position? This is why you mustn't grudge people, things in play, because you don't know how they got it. You don't know how they got there. And now how they got there is a very difficult situation. So now someone's walking away, a Gemini person. Maybe the Queen of Swords, she said, no, I'm out. I'm out, man. You don't got no fucking behaviour. Yeah, it's just too loving, man. Maybe someone, a Gemini man wants to go towards a Queen of Cups. Oh, man, you are so insultive. He said, yeah, I got hard on. So, I mean, you're so insultive. Imbalanced, stupid, circus behaviour. Where was your hard on when you left it behind? Bring a burden. Come on, man. She's thinking of a new beginning. And she got time for your sausage piece when it's been in a fucking salmonella, doing scrambling eggs. Come on, King of Swords, you got to wake up, man. I think you're a bit of a manipulator, man. I don't think you've got your two senses together, my friend. No, go find your truth. And go and find your stability, because I don't know what you think you're doing. Someone wants the truth, or someone has the truth about stability, a two of cup. Seems to be maybe an Aries person, a water sign person, or even just a earth sign masculine. He's looking at healing or inspiration from Aquarius person, planting their foundation, creating balance, fairness, truth. Because it seems to be a stagnation, and someone feels like they'll miss opportunity. Okay, maybe this institution or a Taurus person, because now we're looking at balancing our emotions and taming that beast, because someone's thinking about someone feeling left out in the cold, maybe an air sign person, because this seems to be an entrapment, because it came through promiscuity. So someone's got a different perspective about investments with a lover, because they were lying, stealing, cheating. This King of Wands, he's looking at maybe a new love, because now looking at manifesting, okay, because he's looking at the higher priestess. And we're going to say thank you for all your support, okay? Because we're here to try and bring down God's Two of Cups, all right? Not just for myself, but I'm trying to help for many people, all right? So you can bring down your seeds, okay? And start working through your intuition so you can protect yourself from any backstabbers, especially when it comes to unrequited love, all right? Maybe someone's looking at the Emperor and his pathway with the Queen of Swords. That's on her own, investing in herself, okay? But someone took these messages, all right, and made money, okay? An earth sign person. So now we're looking at taking a leap of faith into balance, okay, by using your dreams, okay? Pay attention, okay? Stay focused on your creativity and turn your visions into reality, okay? Because that will bring in your happily ever after. But in the meantime, someone's doing some blunt talking, because what's in the way is the devil, a very obsessive, jealous person that does lots of lying, okay? So now we're looking at the situation, the vampire energy that bring confusions, all right, and misinterpretations, right? Because they're jealous. This is the devil, very obsessed, envious person, all right? So they came with a Five of Swords, okay? Five of Swords all about thieves, betrayal, dishonesty. Do you understand? Because somebody was doing like slandering. They were doing verbal, physical, mental abuse. It was a secret, okay? Because someone's being deceptive. Because they're bringing lots of lies. Maybe a Cancer person about Aquarius person, or Aquarius person about Cancer person. Take it as it resonates, all right? Because someone's gone within, maybe a Virgo person, but somebody's working on a turning point when it comes to destiny swapping. But now it's become someone's tower. Do you understand? So this tower moment's coming. Someone's going down in disgrace. All right, someone's going to be losing credits. Why? Because someone built a tower on a false foundation, false ID. They forced them way through. Why? Because they were looking for recognition and fame. So they were looking at these sparkling ideas. A Queen of Pentacles, Genevieve Nadia, that now's got a conflict with a Leo person. Why? Because she doesn't have no heart. So now someone's heartbroken. All right, a Queen of Pentacles. When it comes to people seeing, she's seeing this insight of maybe an Aries person, a Leo person turning his back, and she's sad. She's happy that she was backstabbing him. She was happy. Now she's not laughing no more. All that time, I love you, Addy love. No, I don't. I don't love you, baby. I love your fucking bacon sausage, honey. That's going to scramble up my eggs. I can give you salmonella, because guess what? I need a house. I need more likes. I need people to see that I do traveling. I need to see people do me on the platform saying, look at me. I'm talking. I ain't talking nothing but a piece of shit. Because all she does is Invention of Anna on Netflix. Maybe she's with Netflix way too long, man. So she's learned their foolishness from Invention of Anna. So now we're looking at a situation. Someone feels unloved now, abandoned. Because people are going to be seeing the truth. They're highlighting this insight. The Queen of Pentacles, she's going to be abandoned. Oh yeah, people are going to start walking away when it comes to work. Oh yeah, because now people are going to start having healthier boundaries. Maybe a King of Cups going through a difficult situation, but might become to calmer waters. Serves you lot right, man. Pussy can't make you go that mad. That's madness. Remember, walking love, talking truth. Love you guys. Bye.